It's the McShay Show presented by FanDuel. It's our time. It's officially NFL draft season, and you can get in on all the action with FanDuel. FanDuel has lots of ways to bet on the draft, like pick position, team to draft a player, exact order, top 5 and 10 picks, and so much more. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel always has exclusive offers. The app is safe, secure, and easy to use, so download FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every moment more during the NFL Draft. The Ringer is committed to responsible gaming. Please visit rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available, and listen to the end of the episode for additional details. Must be 21 and older and present in select states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Muench, you good?
I'm good, man.
What did I pry you away from? We had to do this. It's the Colorado Pro Day. I had kind of said, well, maybe we'll pop on. But how do we not, right? I just feel like it's the center of the draft universe. Everyone has descended on Colorado, and it's not because some major networks are there. It's more because, like, if you want to rob the Giants or the Browns, personnel offices, today's the day to do it.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen bigger contingents. I remember like Dan Snyder and the entire staff, but like going to RG3s, I was there. But it was quite a showing, and we decided, hey, there was a lot of question leading up to it. Was there originally? I think it was James Palmer reported that Travis Hunter was not going to work out, and then he kind of, I don't want to say retracted it, but there was new information that all right, I'll run routes. But he didn't do any of the, there's no 40. It's a trend. We can get into all that other stuff, but essentially, it was a passing session for Shedeur that was the highlight. And we saw a lot of things from Travis Hunter just as a receiver, but that was the extent of it. I don't know where to begin. I think this. I remember Matt Ryan's pro day, right?
Yep, I was there too.
Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan. Ball was kind of fluttering a little bit. You weren't used to seeing. It just didn't seem like it was popping out of his hand. It left you wanting more, a little underwhelming. This guy's going to be that high of a draft pick. And you look at the career that Matt Ryan went on to have, right? And I always go back, Jamarcus Russell was the best pro day I'd ever been to. And it was one of the first ones I'd been to, but still to this day, it may be the best performance I've ever seen. And we saw the career that he went on to have. So I want to put that out there. Let's start with the positives. I thought the further the ball traveled down the field and when he let it rip, that he looked good. I thought there were a handful of throws, 4 or 5 throws, where it's like, oh, that's kind of what I expected to see more of today. I thought a lot of underneath stuff. I thought the ball it seemed loose. The ball was coming out loose from what I saw. I guess I was expecting, let's just talk about it. I guess I was expecting with Shedeur and all the talk leading up about he doesn't have this big arm. He doesn't have, obviously the mobility is what the mobility is, but I was expecting to see, spending this much time preparing for a pro day, that he comes out and was sending a message of driving the ball down the field, back, get to the top of his drop, stick his right foot in, drive off and showcase more arm than people were giving him credit for. I saw a few flashes of it. It didn't seem like that was an intention today. And it left me wanting a little bit more. What are your
strange,
thoughts?
Right? That was strange. Why don't you go out and show that your weaknesses aren't as much of an issue as some people might think? And I thought he did when he had a chance. Like you said, the farther the ball traveled, the better the ball looked, the better the passes looked. So why not do it more of that? I didn't understand that. That was a strange approach to me. I agree with you. I would call them ducks. There was just some ducks coming out of his hands, and they were accurate, which was weird. It wasn't like he was missing, but the ball was coming out loose. It was fluttering, and that was strange to me. I'll also say that I want to be careful about the arm strength because I think the narrative has become that he has maybe a weak arm. He
No,
doesn't
he
have
doesn't have a
Cam
weak
Ward.
arm.
He doesn't have Cam Ward's arm, and it's easy after watching Cam Ward throw at his pro day to say, "Oh, that's not the same arm strength." Correct, it's not. But it's like the running back who runs 4.39 versus the running back that runs 4.50. The guy that ran a 4.50, that's a pretty good time for a running back, man. Like, let's
Mhm.
not get lost in some of these numbers or in some of these comparisons. I think the arm strength is fine. It was the more alarming thing to me was the way it was coming out of his hands. And I got it. I'm just going to say this. I got to say this. These things drive me nuts. These pro days drive me nuts for these very reasons. One, they're so scripted. I just don't know how much you really learn from these things sometimes. It's just more information to make you think instead of going off of what you've already seen.
Yeah, and this is I mean, you're getting a little taste of Mensch being a little pissed off because I
Uh,
dragged him away from finishing up
no, it's not even
evaluations.
it's not even that.
No.
It's
Listen, man,
I remember with
name
Teddy Bridgewater in
name
Teddy
a good name a
Bridgewater,
good quarterback in the league. Name one. Name anyone.
Joe Burrow.
I was there. Name at his pro day. Name another one.
Uh, Patrick
Any
Mahomes,
Yep, I was there.
Justin Herbert.
Yep, there.
Okay.
I've been to almost all of them in the last, I don't know, 13, 14 years. I chose not to go. This is a new gig. We could have easily called, "Hey, Conor, Nevins, we're heading out to Colorado." Yeah, sure. Okay. That's how supportive everyone. What do you need? What do you need? Nah. So, and I didn't do that because it's more important to be here and watching tape and doing our process. And I felt like for a long time I was just kind of like company shill to go out and be there. But again, Brian Daboll's there, Joe Shane's there, right? Jimmy Haslam, the owner's there for the Cleveland Browns. Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, they're all there. So there's value to it. But I also want to remind people the Browns had dinner last night with Travis and Shedeur, and I believe that the Giants contingent. It's either tonight, Friday night, or Saturday. I want to tonight are having dinner with them too, and there's a private workout coming up for both of these guys. So whatever, it
So
is what it is.
all those pro days, how much did they affect your evaluations, and how helpful were they for you in terms of your process?
There were little things that were helpful, and quite honestly, like I approached ESPN, and then we pushed hard. And I don't want to say that I had anything to do with it, but it was a call it an initiative for a long time, and it was also an initiative for NFL teams. And I think everyone was kind of pushing to get them stacked within like a week. And in my last few years of going out and doing it, it was Bryce Young, and then I think actually it was C.J. Stroud traveled to. We're all on the same, like the whole league is on the same planes from Columbus to Tuscaloosa. So there's value in that because now all of a sudden in 5 days, I'm seeing five quarterbacks. I'm seeing Will Levis, and then a day later, or it was actually a day earlier, I'm in Gainesville watching Anthony Richardson. So it's helpful for evaluators because you're seeing the arm strength, you're seeing the natural accuracy. Those parts can be helpful when you're stacking them. This now, it's different because Cam Ward did his when he wanted to do his, and Colorado decided to have the Colorado football showcase, spring showcase. And so they kind of got away from it again. Um, yeah, I just kept waiting. I've got the sense that they were kind of saving some of the deep balls towards the end. It just felt like it never started. And truth be told, I was on with Ross Tucker taping something, so I was about 10 minutes behind. So I was trying to like fast forward, and I thought I was like, did I skip over anything? So that's why we were a little bit late jumping on to do this because I went back and tried to make sure I didn't miss any throws. And yeah, I mean, I want to have this conversation though, okay? Because I watched Cam Ward's on television and I watched Jaxson Darts on television. Cam Ward's obviously was different. Even Brian Baldinger, who was at live at both of them, and I think and you know that off of the tape. Jaxson Darts was different too, in a good way. And again, you're not drafting off of pro day. I feel like hey, if you're watching this right now, understand we put like 1% of 1% of the evaluation is off of this thing. But it just kind of, it always, it leads me to like, he better be that much better processing than Jaxson Dart, because Jaxson Dart's more mobile. Jaxson Dart's bigger. Jaxson Dart, the ball pops off. Jaxson Dart looked a little like the accuracy was good with Shedeur, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I've been to a lot of these, and some of them are underwhelming, and that's fine too. But it just didn't seem like it stacked up from like the passing skill level of not all, but many of the elite guys. Just a all that is just an observation from me who's been doing this for a really long time.
Sanders did nothing to slow the Dart momentum, and that's kind of what if you're in the Sanders camp, that's kind of what you were hoping for today. I think was that he comes out and makes you realize why he's the number two.
Yeah, wouldn't
And
you
I
want to
don't.
like get this stuff over with in the beginning, get the arm loose, get the jitters out, get your
Mhm.
receivers going a little bit, but then don't you design 20 in a row where you're just ripping it.
Yeah,
Intermediate, in cutting, post, crossers, over routes, post
yeah,
corners, and ripping it.
yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's a pro day,
And I
and I
kept
keep
hearing about the pace. I felt like the pace was a little slow, to be honest with you,
I thought
and
it
I
was
think
very
that
slow.
hurt. I thought that hurt Shador. Like the more you're like, let's go, keep it
Yeah, and I've been
rolling.
to a lot of these. The hard part is, but they had more receivers. Like I've been to some, man, where it's like they're grabbing like cameramen off this,
I
they're like,
know, but
can
you
you
would
run a
think this
couple
would
routes?
be. You got two potential top five picks here. You think that they would have enough bodies. You think they'd have it
Well,
it,
they had
it
LeJounte
organized,
Wester, they had
right?
Jimmy Horn Jr., they
Yep.
had Will Shepherd, they
Let's
had a
roll.
contingent. Yeah, let's roll.
Let's just roll. And I thought the way the workout ended was emblematic of the whole thing.
It
They run
was
this 2-minute drill. They get down to probably the 25-yard line. I'm not
7
sure
seconds
exactly
left. They
where.
spike it to kick a field goal. The
He
field goal
kills it.
scheme.
Look, what's the
Yeah.
message there? My guy's good enough to get us in field goal range at the end of the game. And by the way, his tape doesn't show that. He's a guy who has the what do you say, the onions, whatever you say, to make plays when it matters most.
Onions,
Yeah, he's got them.
Kuyans.
I have no question about that. But it's kind of bizarre. Just I don't care
Yeah.
what the clock
It's
says.
it's
Let
almost
him
like
throw
watching
to
the
the end zone.
it's almost like watching the Super Bowl halftime and like, I feel like I'm too old. I'm missing out on the messaging here.
Yeah, like how do you kill
Like
it
there
there?
had to be you don't kill it on the final play unless you're like sending a little
That's
bit
the one thing you want to like leave.
a little bit like an fu, right? It's like something. There's some
There's something
there's
weird
some
about it.
like I don't even let my kids like end shooting hoops outside unless it's on a make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
It's
wonder,
just
like,
weird.
there's a part of me
Whatever.
that, and again, this is total speculation, total speculation. I wonder if Coach Prime was watching the clock and was like, "Oh no, you didn't get it off. Nope, now we got to kick the field goal." And it's like, well, what are we doing here? Or
Well, they
someone's like,
clear
what?
the and I promise you, if you're listening, we're just kind of doing this for fun, this portion of it. But they cleared out the end. They were clearing out the end
Right?
zone as they were
What
coming
are we
in.
doing?
They clocked it with 7 seconds, and then they're like, "All right, we're done."
Bring out the kicker. It was weird. The other thing I will say about the pace and not ripping more downfield, again, I hate putting so much
They should have
stock in
had
this
Mason
stuff.
Crosby come back in.
Yeah, I too much stock in this stuff. But are you worried a little bit maybe about the endurance? Like that he's not strong enough to make
No,
them any. I know, but this is what they have
no.
opened. Tell me if I'm wrong. I agree
They're
with
running
you.
like you watched the
Have they
tape.
opened the door though? Have they opened the door for? Well, the pace was a little slow. They weren't really throwing downfield a lot. I mean, it was. They opened the door for people who are already critics. They open the door a little bit more for them to make more of an argument, to make more noise. That's how it felt. I hate showcases, pro days. I don't care what you call them. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter at all. But I think it was fun to. I think it's fun to talk about.
It
Um,
is. It is
it,
without question. It's fun to talk about.
I mean, in other light news, Jimmy Horn Jr. ran a 4.4 after running a 4.46 at the combine, so that's good for him. LeJounte Wester is underrated. We'll get back to Travis Hunter, I promise. I just think he's going to be a good, like a good number 4 in the league and like serviceable and do some things. He's my favorite of the other three. Then you get Will Shepherd, who's a bigger guy. Will Shepherd had a day. Again, we're talking all day 3 draft picks. No big deal. Just wanted to make a quick mention. Will Shepherd of the 3 helped himself the most today. Had a 40.5-inch vertical, 10-11 broad jump, and ran a 4.5, and he's a big cat. So I thought that was good. Um, Travis Hunter, man. I mean, we don't need any of this to know it, but my lord, is he just different? I did find it interesting. I'm curious to hear what you think. I did find it interesting um, that there's some messaging coming out of camp now. It sounds like that there's a lot of interest in wide receiver.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think so. You can interpret this 2 ways, right? He didn't work out at corner. So if you want to say, oh, he only wants to play wide receiver, he didn't work out corner. I think the other aspect of this is that's my boy. He's throwing. I want to be there for him. I want to support him. I'm going to go run routes. Travis Hunter doesn't need to do anything. I think more than anything, what that workout at wide receiver said was, that's my guy. I want to support him. I'm going to go out here and make as many plays as I can make for him. I'm not sure that says what people might be thinking about what position he wants to play. I'm not saying the other way around. I don't know. Maybe he does want to play receiver, but you can't just interpret what he did today and take that and say this is what he wants to do in the pros.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm the antagonist today. I'm just trying to.
I'm the naysayer. I'm
No,
not
no,
having it.
it's good. It's good. I do think as I start to look at this board now, whether it's Cleveland at 2 or the Giants at 3, and I'm having conversations with people in the league, and definitely the Patriots at 4. If I'm using that premium pick on this guy, I want to get the ball in his hands. I want to give him opportunities to make us better. The Browns have talent everywhere on the defensive side. They're going to have a really good to great defense. The Giants could use him more than the Brown, or he would help them more, I would guess. I don't know how to say it.
I listen, I
It
heard
would
you
be
on the
more
herd.
valuable to the Giants and the Browns in terms of the defensive side, in terms of like the end result, but both teams need him as a wide receiver. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
I saw you on the herd the other day, and I thought Colin made a good point. He's going to make more of an
You didn't
impact
like
on
any of
offense.
mine?
No, I thought. Well, you agree. I thought you agreed with them. You were
Go
great.
ahead.
I mean, don't make me say it. It's weird when I have to say it.
Stop it. I'm
But I
joking.
thought, but I thought Colin made a great point of all these releases, how you can spread the ball around, how you can kind of neutralize a player on that side of the ball. Whereas on offense, you find ways to get him the ball in a number of different ways, and you're maximizing what he can do. 2 other things I'll say. It's just human nature based on what your need is. You're going to see this kid as one thing or the other, right? If you're in New England and you need a receiver more, he kind of looks
That's
like he looks like a receiver to you. You know what I
yes.
mean? If you're the Giants and you need a corner more, he looks like a great corner to you. He's both things, of course, but that's how you're kind of going to view him. Also, Travis, you want to get paid?
Wide
Play wide
receiver.
receiver.
And that's I'm a wide receiver who also,
Right.
he's going to
I want to
get
get paid.
paid.
Oh,
He's
he's
going to
going
get
to get
paid.
paid so much money.
If he's playing full time on either side and 20, 30 snaps on the other side and producing big plays like he did at Colorado. And I've said this before. You've been to NFL games. The timeouts are longer. The time between snaps is longer. There's more huddling. There's more, there's less tempo. I mean, it varies from offense to offense, but there's less tempo. I watch NFL games. It's 55-ish plays a game. I watch with these Colorado tapes. It's like 80, 90 sometimes, right? On offense alone. So I think he can do it if he can stay healthy. That's it. Stamina wise, they were even saying on the pro day, like barely breaking a sweat running all those routes. Everyone else is like, he's built differently. The 2 things I noticed: his quickness, his foot quickness is just different. It's different than everybody's. It's different, man. And his ball skills continue to amaze me. You catch the ball with your eyes, and just watching him, every time he gets any opportunity, it's eyes catching the football framing it, adjusting. Like it's pretty remarkable to watch. His ball skills are as good as like I'll put him up there with just about anybody. And that's I've been preaching it for a couple weeks now when I've like finished all the tape and comparing his ball skills to all the other receivers in this class and going back and like he's just I don't know, he's fascinating. He is and he was just playing around having fun today. Like he wasn't trying to show anybody anything. You know what you have here. And quite honestly, the story to me is I don't know that what's I'm fascinated to see because the ultimate truth telling serum is the night of the draft, April 24th. I don't see a huge difference between Dart and Sanders. I see a gap between Ward and Sanders. There's rumors, there's speculation, there's stories, there's Schefter, there's Breer, there's Rossini, there's Pelissaro, there's all of it. But the truth comes out on draft night. And if we get to pick 4 and Shedeur's still on the board, it's going to be fascinating to see. And it's going to tell me that maybe a lot of the people, the anonymous scouts and our evaluations, maybe they're not all that wrong, even though we think he can be a really good pro. The value's not there to take him over a blue chip player in this draft.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm dying to see, and you don't have to say something now. When the final rankings come out, when McShay's final rankings come out, who's quarterback 2? Is it going to be Sanders or Dart? Because I think you've been staying with Sanders for a long time now, but I know you, and I know it's been kind of eating at you of, man, Dart's been growing on you. And I think it's been a lot of other people too. He's got a lot of momentum, but is there enough time for him to overtake Sanders? My guess, go ahead. What are you're going to say something? Go for it. My guess is yes. My guess is QB2 is Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson Dart when it's all said and done. That's what I'm going to say.
I think that's an awesome way to end this flash pod, if you will. And gives people something to continue to look forward to, and we'll hash it out. We got a few weeks left. We'll hash it out. Told you my evaluations are done, but there is going back, and there's conversations and discussions you and I can have, and just walking through it. But we appreciate it if you jumped on with us. This was not expected. We did not plan it. Mensch was a little annoyed with me. You could tell by his tenor.
Stop.
No, I'm joking. We both got work to get back to. I'm grinding through I finished the interior guys. I've got some more tackles to finish. I know you got a bunch of players to finish, but we're almost there. I can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. We will be back as usual on Monday and Thursday next week. Monday, all satellite team, Mensch. It's traveling with me. I got the rights. I spoke to the trademarks. Are we doing
all satellite and DBs the same day?
I think so. We have no chance of it being under 2 hours.
4-hour pod. It's a 4-hour pod.
And then on is it Mach 3.0? It's coming out. It's coming out soon. We got a lot of work next week.
Ambitious.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Hit subscribe, like all the stuff. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.